So one of the big things we work on in the California legislature on an almost annual basis are resources bonds. And many of you may have seen them on the ballot before. You often wonder, why am I being urged to vote for this $8 or $9 or $10 billion water bond or outdoor resources bond? And the reality is that's how we get the majority of the funding for the programs that we care about. That's how we fund the Presley program. That's how we fund the Nesting Bird Habitat Incentive Program. That's how we fund the winter rice flooding programs. It's how we fund the Inland Wetlands Conservation programs through the WCB. The government in California is terrible about actually budgeting money through the general fund for these kinds of purposes. And frankly, if you ask me, my personal opinion is we spend far too little of that money on public trust resources, which are things like wetlands and our outdoor recreation. The only alternatives we have are to fund them through the bond process. And if you're a fiscal conservative, you know that's not the ideal way to do it. But in the era of limited budgets and limited government that we have here, it really is the only way that we have to do that. In this year, we are exploring the concept of a $15 billion resources bond. There's one in the Assembly and there's one in the Senate. We work with partners like the Nature Conservancy in Audubon, California, and others to create funding in those bonds for wetland priorities and to ensure that we have the money to buy water and move water to public refuges and to private lands so that the habitat that we need for nesting birds and migrating birds is there at the times that we need